Hello! Today is October 13th, and we are gathered here to discuss Season 1. Oh my god, I'm already screwing up. The season premiere, Episode 1 of the Challenge 38, Ride or Dies. I'm sorry, okay.
38.
A little bit of a stumble there.
Yeah.
It's Episode 1. Episode 1 of Season 38 of the Challenge. Ride or Dies. Oh man, what a premiere, guys. I cannot wait to get into it.
Yeah, you guys are my Ride or Dies.
That's right.
Oh.
That's right. All right. Hello again. My name is John Dunphy. I am joined, like Kylie just said it, I'm joined by my Ride or Dies here. The
right.
Cool Kyle Petty, yeah.
Oh,
the glamorous Gina Morgino. We are.
Does that mean we are to assume that my cool is spelled with a K?
It's spelled however you want it. However you want it.
All right. Sorry,
now we are the Strat Chat podcast, your favorite reality TV podcast. If you want to find us on the socials, you can do so at Strat Chat Pod, or check out our website. Thank you, Kyle. www.stratchatpod.com. All right, so let's get into this.
Yeah.
My goodness. So we started this episode off on a boat. Mm-hmm. And people were
in the most annoying way.
I know, it really was very annoying.
Yep.
This was the worst part of the episode, I think.
Oh yeah, Turbo immediately back on his bullshit.
Yeah, I was like, what? We are like 2 minutes into this episode. What is happening?
Right, you're supposed to be enjoying the light mist as you arrive.
The light mist.
Yeah, no, this got off to a weird start. I wrote down like 5 minutes into the episode, I think I'm already tired of Turbo. Which is kind of a bummer. Yeah. I got like tired and then untired and then tired again. I felt like
untired.
No, there aren't enough naps in the world. I am exhausted.
Yeah. You're already exhausted?
Yes.
Now, Michelle made a comment here. Jay's Ride or Die. Michelle made a comment on the boat that I liked a lot. And she mentioned that on this season, these are all Ride or Dies. These people have a loved one with them, somebody very important. Matt says, just know I'm here lurking to hear whether or not you love Jay and Michelle. Well, I think you're going to be happy then.
Because we're right here. Here we are.
Yeah.
Right at the right time once again.
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. But so Michelle says everybody on the season this year has a loved one, right? Like this isn't like in other seasons where we had pairs, but they were rivals, maybe people that didn't get along and now they have to work together and they're forced to do so. This is like you're getting somebody from outside the game, from back home. Maybe it's a husband, maybe it's a girlfriend, maybe it's a sibling, something like that. This is someone you have a real world connection with, and so it's very personal. And so Michelle says the most sloppy games, the games that get the messiest, are the ones where they're the most personal. So just what do you guys, what are your thoughts on that?
Absolutely.
Right?
Well, I don't know now. That's a very bold statement. And I'd really like to go back to Bloodlines before I really make a definitive statement on this one. Because I don't know that that's always true. Because who was Cara teamed up with during Bloodlines? Isn't that the season she won? Didn't she win Bloodlines? I remember that duo being pretty fierce. Whoever that man was.
I feel like it was like a family member.
I think it was a family member too, which is kind of where I'm going with this. I guess it's only one argument. It's only one, but
this says Jamie Banks. He was a Bloodline contestant and the cousin of Cara Maria Sorbella.
Yeah, they played very well. Didn't she win that season? Since you're on the fact page. I feel like that was one of her first wins. Oh, please be correct. Now that I'm live, now that this is immortalized.
Won. Where is it here? Where is it here?
Not the slow backing away.
The suspense.
Why am I not finding it? Hold on. I'm struggling.
John Todd Marie Smith.
I'm sorry. This is hard.
This
is hard sometimes. See, she is the champion of the Battle of the Bloodlines. Yes.
Oh, thank God! Thank God. And just for shits and giggles, what year did that air? Oh, you already closed it. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I just wanted to see how good I was doing tonight at 9:41 on a Thursday after
what's your
work week.
Yeah. Today was awful. Today was really awful.
I mean,
but
actually,
what is your
I'm just tired.
What is your guess for the year?
Oh no!
I mean, there's no way to know. Let's say 2018. 2018?
No. 2015. And 2015 to 2016.
Okay. Well, you know what? Give me my props for remembering something like that. Okay.
Oh no, that was very impressive. Very impressive. Yes.
No, yeah. I'm surprised by myself, honestly. So anyway, Cara and Jamie, played a great game that season. Clearly good enough to win. So I don't know. That was the whole point of that wild tangent.
All right. But I do think that this is shaping up to be a very messy season. Just a little bit we've seen so far.
Disgusting. I'm here for all.
Yeah.
Front row.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm very excited. Very excited. So, we saw little snippets of each of the duos, right? Kind of talking about how they got to know each other, where they met, all that kind of stuff. Some more, sort of boring things. We got that whole drama with Turbo, by the way, in the drink. That was actually with Laurel.
What was that? Like, I was so confused.
Like, Laurel's like, I didn't see you there. I'm sorry.
Like, to the point where, he was yelling, and I was like, I don't even think I saw what happened. Like, why are you yelling like this? What's going on?
Yeah, they
even on the rewatch, I wasn't fully sure what had happened.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
They just got on this boat, and Turbo's already screaming how he's gonna take everybody out one by one in elimination.
Yeah, I was like, here we
go.
But
it's like, what exactly? Like, I'm still very confused. Like, why was he yelling? Why was he so mad at her?
Apparently, people were having drinks. This is what I have gleaned from my viewing. Yes, from my viewing. It looks like people were pouring drinks. People were passing drinks around. Turbo was not included and did not get a drink and was offended by
so
this.
He threw a shit fit? Just be like, yeah, where's mine? End of
even
conversation.
Even after he was apologized to, several times. I don't know if Turbo's a given name or
is Turbo a given name, or I feel like it is a nickname. I feel
like it must be.
Yeah, I don't remember his whole story. He kind of came into the challenge in a big splash. He was a Survivor winner from some international season, if not maybe twice. He had a very storied record. His appearance on the challenge was much ballyhooed, some would say. But he's not really a great person. So I know you kind of would forget his history. I don't know. Maybe we'll come back next week and tell you some things. Maybe we'll do some homework.
Yeah.
But we don't really
definitely.
Like him much. It kind of sucks.
So they got to the house. We got off the boat. They all got to the house. It was more settling into the rooms, checking out the house, everybody continuing to drink and mingle and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote down, I don't remember why at this point, but I wrote down Kayla's annoying. Even though
I know why.
Yeah,
because this is when she was telling her husband, fiance thing, Sam, like to lay low for a little while. Just please be quiet. Be quiet for 2 weeks. This is around when they were having this conversation about the showing of the house and nonsense. Yeah, this is very early on. Yeah,
that sounds familiar.
Yeah, sucks.
We did get another little juicy bit here though, during this section of the episode where Nelson informed us that apparently Johnny Middlebrooks and Raven Yeah, I don't remember. Well, there's more than one Johnny on this season. That's why I feel like I have to distinguish. I don't want to be throwing out there that Bananas was hooking up with Nerys on the plane in front of the whole cast before they even got to their destination.
Right. Thank you.
So, what do you think about this situation, though? Right? Because Nelson said the game starts when the cast gets to the airport. Right? They all meet each other in the airport. They get on the plane. Apparently, Johnny and Raven had some drinks, started hooking up on the plane right in front of everybody. Just interesting because this is Ride or Dies, and you're on the plane making out with someone else's Ride or Die already. Like, what do you think of this? Also, how horny do you have to be to just like get on a plane and there's a random stranger there and you start hooking up with everybody in the middle, just right there in front of everybody.
Well, okay. Yeah, I do think behavior like that is kind of depraved. But I'm still not 100% sure who these people are. So it is Johnny of what? Johnny and who?
Johnny and Raven are their pair.
That's the pair. And it was Johnny and Nerys that had this thing.
Correct. And Nerys is Nelson's
partner. And Nerys
partner.
is Nelson's partner. And they had their dramas from the Ex on the Beach. Because I'm familiar with Nerys now. I've seen her before. Okay. And I like Nerys. I don't know this Johnny and Raven. All right. So it's Johnny and Nerys. I think it's good. It kind of at least gives them some footing politically. You're safe with Nerys and Nelson because Nerys is not going to let anything now happen to Mr. Johnny. So do we think it's genuine or do you think it's a play?
I think it's genuine. I just don't know if it's very smart.
Right. That could get real messy real fast.
Like Raven's pissed. She's not happy about it. And even the fact that
doesn't really matter what Raven thinks is a thing.
Well, I mean, Raven is Johnny's ride or die. She could screw up his game.
Right, but if anything that she does to her own, to his game is going to happen to her.
It screws her too. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure, so absolutely.
It kind of doesn't matter what she thinks. So I actually kind of think it's good. Don't you want to be? You're now going to be safe with someone who's a vet. So now you can do your rookie thing, and now you've got some safety vet-wise. It doesn't mean that you're not ever going to be in danger, but you're certainly not going to be at the top of their list if they're going to start going after rookies, which is what kind of happens here. I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with this.
I don't know.
Rock on.
I don't know. It's interesting. It's interesting to me because even there was a point where Nerys and Johnny were talking about how this could be bad. It's going to put a lot of attention on us. And then you saw Jack coming up the stairs right after being like, "Oh, I think it's love. I think it's love."
Yeah. No, it definitely does put a little target, but it also I don't know, you kind of going in as a rookie, you already have a target. So
sure.
I don't know so with that being said, is it really that bad in this particular situation? Is it more of a target for Johnny and Raven? I'm not sure. I don't know that it really affects Nerys because she's got Nelson.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll see how it plays out because we'll get there.
I'm interested to see, let's say, Raven. I wonder if there's going to be any point where someone can have some power that's their own, because I'm sure that Raven would try to go after Nerys in some way if maybe there's a penalty that you can give someone we've seen before, in All Stars 3, what was that one? They had to wear that super heavy backpack or something in that mud pit. Remember that?
Yeah. But at what stage do you think she would do that, though? You think she would do that now? I don't think that'd be wise.
No.
I don't think that'd be wise. Because then you're just going to piss your teammate off. That's not going to stop them. You now putting a punishment on her, if that's an option, it's not going to now stop Johnny from canoodling with her.
Yeah.
All that does is put more of a target on your back when and if this splits up.
Sure. Continuing canoodling.
Yeah, just kind of lay low now. Use it against them when you guys split up. And be like, up, showmans, and just flip it back.
Well, there was a lot of flirting going on in this episode. We cut, after this whole thing with Reese and Johnny, we cut to Fessy and Colleen then in the hot tub doing their little flirting there. What do you think of Colleen not wanting to tell people she was on the mole and that she actually was the mole and won won the
I
game.
mean, it's exactly what I can't remember who it was that said it, but it's exactly what he said. Like, you can't lie about something that was so publicly televised, because if literally anybody on the season was like, all right, let me see who I'm up against, and looks into you,
Right.
you are very obviously on this other show. Like, you can't, that's not something you can realistically lie about in a situation like this. Like, these are all reality TV people. Someone's going to know you.
Right. And even if someone, I don't know, what if you would have run into somebody that was on Love Island and you lied?
Right.
Like, then what would you have said? Like, I don't know. Like, yeah, you won. You didn't just go out first. You didn't, just play first, hot second. Like, that maybe somebody would forget about you, or if somebody went on Wikipedia to do like a little like research or something, like they might have missed your name. You won. Like, yeah.
I think it was so stupid. What a stupid thing to lie about.
Very stupid.
Yeah, it doesn't really make any sense. Like, unless there was some kind of rule that, like, you're not allowed to research the other players before the season, but then, like, you still might know.
Someone literally did. Like,
yeah. But that was wild. So I guess we'll see how that plays out. And from there we move to challenge time, to the daily challenge.
The daily challenge.
That was beautiful. Wow.
Thanks. Thank you.
It really was very nice.
Thanks.
And the name of this daily challenge was Bolas for Blood. What do you got? You got something there?
I read Matt's comment.
What is it? Let me say. Let's see. What is it?
What is it?
Matt says, they left Fezzi in a hot tub. I wouldn't let him anywhere near the plumbing after BB20. He has to use a porta potty. Oh, God. Oh, Fezzi. Terrible.
Oh, I hate him. I can't stand him.
So, yes, Bolas for Blood. Our first daily challenge of the season. It wasn't bad. I was a little underwhelmed, though. What did you guys think of this challenge? I thought it was a little underwhelming for like a premiere.
I honestly half paid attention to it.
Yeah, I have paid attention to. Some I get balls and there's some questions or something. So really not very engaging at all.
Right.
I gotta say.
There was this giant mud pit. TJ said there was something like over 100 bolas buried in the mud pit. Each duo would have to sprint through the mud pit to their little station where there were three questions. And TJ said these are questions that you should know about your ride or die. You should know them. And if you don't know them about your ride or die, you should at least know them. If you don't know them about your ride or die, you should at least know the information about, yourself, Nelson, which we'll talk about.
If you're audio only, what you're missing here is Kyle pantomiming everything that John is explaining.
I'm playing flight attendant.
Yes.
I liked it.
Thank you.
Yes. So you had to then read the questions at your station, figure out what the answer was. They were all numerical answers. And then you had to go in, and each person in their duo had to find the correct bola to then bring back to their station to answer the question. I mean, this was kind of whatever, right? It wasn't really that exciting.
No,
but
not really.
Jay and Michelle came pretty close, but they were second to Raven and Johnny, the Daily Challenge winners. After all the drama and the tension between them the night before, they came out and they pulled off the win. What do you think about this? 2 rookies win the first challenge of the season.
I'm here for it.
I absolutely loved it. Yep. Perfect. It's everything we wanted.
Yeah, this was exciting.
Great. Yes, it was.
Exciting and unexpected.
Yes. Let's fucking go. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. And this was wild because we found out from here, TJ told us that the way that these deliberations are going to work this season is the winning duo from the Daily Challenge will go back, deliberate, and they will choose 4 other duos that they want to interrogate. And ultimately, they'll choose one of those duos once they get to elimination. That's a lot of power. You're putting 8 people potentially on the chopping block with their lives in the game in your hands,
Yeah.
So what do you think? Have we ever seen, because I feel like we've seen like the winners of like the daily challenge, maybe they'll pick 3 duos or 2 duos or whatever that they have to decide between us. But have we ever seen 4 teams that are like technically in danger, after a challenge going into elimination?
No, I don't think that many. And then if they're going to keep that format, it almost leads me to believe that maybe they will end up switching to a solo game to still maintain the 4 thing.
Yeah. It's possible.
You see Dan's daily challenge HOH.
Daily challenge HOH.
That's what we should call it.
Yeah.
Everything should just be like Big Brother vernacular.
Right.
DRs and evictions.
I mean, I already say DRs. I don't know what they're actually called.
I don't know what else to call them. There is no name for. I don't think they.
I don't care what show we're
anything.
watching it. It's a DR.
It's a DR. Yeah.
Maybe it's just called like it's an aside.
It's a DR.
But anyway, guys, I think it's time now that the daily challenge talk is over. And the people that watch us and listen to us, they know, right? We like to judge Julie. We do Julie's judgment for Big Brother US. For Big Brother Canada, we like to assess Arissa's attire. We like to do that also. And when we go to to Australia down under, we like to surmise Sonia's style. But here for the challenge this season,
what are we doing?
We're going to be talking TJ's threads.
Yes, we are.
Oh my god.
Yeah. What did TJ have on this week?
Well, so this photo was submitted to us by Kyle Petty. And this is what we'll be talking about.
Okay, hold on.
This picture.
Hold on. I pause. All right, I have Philo. Okay, I have Philo. All right. And if you don't know, let me tell you something. You can watch MTV Live. All right, you can watch MTV Live on Philo. All right, their plans are $25 a month. However, if you have T-Mobile, you can sign up and you'll get it $10 off for your first year. All right, so $15 a month gives us Philo. We are not sponsored. I just love the service. However, when I hit pause, you know how sometimes when you hit pause on any other streaming service, like it goes away after a while, right? So I'm sitting here hitting the pen, high as hell, and I'm just on pause. I'm
waiting.
Staring. I'm like, how long is this going to take? And I was like, I don't think it's ever going away. I just gave in. I just took a picture. I think I may have been sitting there for about 7 minutes.
Kyle, what you could have done was just take a picture of the screen while the episode was playing.
Right. Yes. The issue with that, my sweet dear, is that it switches a lot. It doesn't stay on TJ nearly as long as you think it does. So
the challenge likes to do cuts.
And it's gone. It's like,
the challenge loves those cuts because they like to mix whatever like TJ says with like some like shocked look on someone's face or something.
And I think also that sometimes what you're hearing in the edit is not actually what TJ said in that
of course.
Moment.
Of course.
So like it's just switching so that you don't actually see that his mouth is not matching, Yeah.
Well, it can be tough sometimes to get a decent picture of a moving screen,
it's
you get
very
weird
hard.
You get like a lot of blinks or weird mouth movements.
It's tough. Yeah. So, my only note to Philo is like, just get rid of that after a while. When we hit pause, I want that to go away so I can illegally steal it to my podcast.
There it is.
There's some fun comments here. There's some fun comments here, by the way.
Let's pull them out.
We get into TJ's threads.
Should I take this caption? Let me take the caption away. There we go.
All right. You want to do?
Oh my god!
I was waiting for you to say things.
Head of Tyson. Oh, well, you said we had some nice captions. I thought you were pulling them up. Oh,
I'm
Head
sorry.
of Tyson. Matt says
Matt.
They are confessionals. I'll die on this hill. Yeah, that sounds right.
That makes sense. I'm still gonna call them DRs, but confessionals.
Right. I've heard confessionals. I've heard confessionals.
It's honestly, it's not even that I think DR is better than confessional. I just feel like I'm so conditioned to say DR.
Right.
That's just what's gonna come out.
It's an
And I
umbrella.
think I've called
It's
them
in our blood.
confessionals before, but 99% of the time I'm just saying DR.
It's in our
Yeah.
blood. It's the culture. It's really why we're gathered here. You know,
Yeah.
they're DRs. I'm sorry. We can't give you this one. We can't give you this one.
I really love Matt's comment here.
Yeah, this is fun. Just so y'all know, I think about the picture you chose for Jeff Judgment at least once a week.
I was telling somebody about that picture the other day. Oh my
I
gosh.
was coming into Restream one day, getting some stuff ready for this, and the Survivor like folder was still open, and like there's just a few pictures, and you know how like they're very small if we're not displaying them like in the stream. So like I just see these 3 pictures that look similar. I'm like, who is this guy in here? So I pulled it up and made it really big, and it was
Jump
just Jeff's
scare.
face. It was just Jeff's face, like. And I'm like, oh my god!
You're
Oh
welcome.
my god, it's a jump scare.
It's a jump scare. Very
Yeah.
spooky.
Oh, very spooky. Yeah. Very spooky. Very spooky.
Oh my gosh. Ow.
All right, but anyway,
Gina's face. God, it's so stupid.
Oh man.
Oh,
all right. So let's talk TJ's threads here. What do you guys think?
Let's.
I just feel like this segment's gonna be really hard because I feel like he wears the same thing every episode.
I mean, that could end up being the gag, but let me tell you something. I have never noticed this. All right, this is not it. I gotta tell you, it is a knot for Kyle Petty. All right, I don't understand this polo and pea coat. I don't know what's going on. This is not the boss that I know TJ to be. This is not it, baby. This is a premiere. All right, the first time we seeing you after you spread your wings over on CBS. You know, we're starting this global thing, and the next time you return to the flagship show, you appear before us in this. Absolutely not. How dare you? It's a not.
I give it a nod also. I loved the juxtaposition too of Annalise being like, oh my god, TJ's here. You know when you see TJ, oh man, like it's going down. He's so badass, blah blah blah. And then he shows up in this outfit that like looks like he just came from a wake.
Yep.
Oh no.
Like I have a Pico that looks just like this, that's like 10 years old in my closet. And that shirt looks a little faded, Tej.
Yeah, and you're going to try and pop your collar like all of a sudden you're some kind of boss. You are trying it left, down, upright, all around.
Well, here's what I'll say though. I fucking
God.
love TJ, so I don't really care what he wears, but it's still a nod for me. What about you, Gina?
I mean, we're gonna have to call it a knot. Just a weird combination of things.
It's a mess.
I kind of wish that TJ would start pulling out his old like the outfits that he would wear in like the early 2000s. Bring back like the
white t-shirt.
Bring like the beanies back and like all of his big skating t-shirts. Like,
yeah, he was really leaning into that aesthetic then.
Right?
Yeah, these days he's like a dad. But I like that. I like that progression for him.
Yeah. Did you see what Kite Man Dan said? He said he's doing all this global and CBS stuff that he doesn't have time to look good for you regular challenge peasants.
There is absolutely no way that we can call a regular challenge person a peasant, okay? We are the reason why it has been propelled to the mainstream, okay? So
we're
get
actually,
out of here.
yeah, we are the challenge elites.
Elites.
That's right.
Sorry, I have been watching the challenge since we were playing field day activities. Okay?
That's right.
But yeah,
that's right.
Come on now. I was watching the challenge before TJ was hosting it. It's that other stupid man.
There was another host before TJ?
It was that other stupid man.
Because I can picture his stupid face, and I was like, I don't know about this show, but I kept watching because I was a loser with no friends.
I didn't know there was another host pre TJ.
Yeah, no. Actually, I was popular as a kid. That's popular.
Ooh, okay. It couldn't be me, but good for
you.
We have another comment here from Kite Man Dan. He just says that we should get sponsored, and we agree.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, it's nice that you think that we're worthy of that honor.
Right. No argument here.
Also, I just have to. Oh, damn. 3 knots. Sorry, TJ. The pod has spoken. That's right.
Yes, we have.
I have to bring up this. This is for you, Kyle. a comment from Kite Man Dan. He says, "You're right, Kyle. We can't call the regular challenge players peasants. Josh Martinez is amazing." That face.
I'm getting tried left down. Listen, Gina loves Josh. Y'all know
I do. I'm sorry. I love Josh. I'm sorry.
You do. You really do. You love him.
You really do.
You love him, Josh.
I enjoy Josh. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, she makes no bones about it.
But all right. I guess should we get into the rest of the episode here? I guess, right?
Yeah.
To talk about, right?
Let's do it.
So obviously, we said it. Raven and Johnny won the first daily challenge of the season. What do you got? What do you got? What's this?
No, I'm sorry. It's Dan's comment. Like, I'm sorry. I know
what
you
is
want
it?
to move on, but there's no way we can just ignore this.
Go for it.
This is crap. He says Josh's rivalry with West is one of the best rivalries. No, it is not. It is so fake, so manufactured, so ridiculous. Absolutely not. I know you're just trying to get my goat, and you got it on.
Get my goat.
Honestly, I forgot there was ever any sort of rivalry whatsoever.
Because it wasn't a rivalry. It was garbage. It was Josh's lame ass way to get his name on the map here. Please. No.
Oh God. All right. I'm honestly glad that happened though.
You are, huh?
Because it was a fun interaction there for me. So anyway, we got back to the house.
Dan's new Jason.
Wow. So we got back to the house. Oh, by the way, it was something I didn't really expect. I'm sorry, I'm now going backwards. But during the competition, that whole little moment with Kim and Colleen, did you notice that they were having a little difficulty with one of the questions because of like a language barrier? They weren't sure about the word cumulative, which to me, that was just interesting because I didn't even think that would be something that came up on here. Did you notice that? Did you care? You don't care.
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I really did tune out for a lot of this challenge.
Yeah,
it
was very hard to pay attention to, honestly.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Even on the rewatch, I didn't watch. Wow. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just don't know what it was. Yeah, I was hoping that Gina was going to pick that one up and just be one of those.
No, I'm sorry. I also really did not pay attention. I was not in it.
Oof.
Well, I mean, okay. Well, I mean, I feel like we can still talk about this very briefly because, I mean, what do you think about that? Like, two players that are on the challenge, what do you think of the fact that, like, in the middle of the challenge, they're finding out that, like, all right, like, we can speak English and we can read and write, but, like, we don't know that word. What do we do now?
Right. That's very interesting. I don't know that I think anything of it, honestly. I don't know that they're necessarily up against much worse than some of our other people. There are other challengers, like people like Kayla, that would not know that word anyway. And that is her primary language. So are you really at a loss? I don't know that they're at as big a disadvantage as we were painting them to be. Like, some of these challengers aren't super bright.
Okay. All right.
I know. Nasty.
Just
sounds
curious.
Nasty. I don't mean to be.
I wrote this down. I wanted to point it out too. But did you guys notice that Nelson did not remember how old he was?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
See, there are some funny things in here. So Nelson and Nerys.
Okay, you can bring them up. I don't know them. So tell me
Nelson and Nerys at one point, they answered all their questions, did a check. They were incorrect. When the competition ended, the camera cut to Nelson, and they were talking, Nelson and Nerys, and Nelson was being like, "Oh yeah, I'm 33," and Nerys goes, "You're 33?" He goes, she goes, "You're 33, not 32," and he was like, "Yeah, I forgot." I was like, "Oh my God!"
But why am I also like not surprised? Like,
right, that feels very on brand.
Right, it's like, okay, well, yeah, well, that's Nelson.
Yeah, I also enjoyed all the people that were like ragging on Nelson for the fact that he hasn't won a daily challenge in so long. Like somebody in production brought it up at one point. like Devin was messing with him for it, and Tori. Like it was just, I just loved how it was like this topic for the entire challenge. I just thought it was funny, but like,
and this is also where this also sort of highlights where Nelson is so very stupid, isn't it? Because you really could just paint this as, because one could argue that not winning a daily challenge is part of your strategy. If you feel like your political game is strong enough, you shouldn't win daily challenges, because then now you are put in that position of authority, and now you have to put somebody down there. So like if you're,
or even like if you're trying to paint yourself as not a threat,
right? Like there's so many reasons to not win. As long as your social game is strong enough. That doesn't mean you're not still playing the game. You're just playing it a little different. I don't know. Like, but again, Nelson is not socially smart enough to even arrive there. So womp womp on that.
All right. Those were just little, a couple little things that I noticed that I wanted to ask you guys about. So,
did you catch Dan's silly ass as you were talking?
I did not. I have not checked the chat. Let's check it out. Let's see.
Read this Josh one. His silly ass.
Oh no!
Right?
What does it say?
It's a slow burn. It's a slow burn. That's what.
Josh, Kite Man Dan says Josh is a king. Only BB19 winner on any given season of the challenge. You're right. I mean, you're right. It's impressive.
I mean, no lies told.
He is the only person in the world that has won BB19 and appeared on the challenge. So
the only one.
Very impressive. Very impressive.
Listen, he was my first Big Brother winner. Okay, there is a soft spot in my heart for Josh. I'm sorry.
Dan is on one tonight.
Yeah, here's another comment here from Dan. Sometimes the challenge players aren't very smart. Sometimes the Sudoku destroys 4 people's games.
Can we keep it real though? I have never played Sudoku. I also walked away. Although, however, I don't know that I ever would have made it to Sudoku, so that I don't really know that it matters.
But listen, I can't swim, so I would have pulled an Enzo. All right, there's a reason why I'm not on the challenge.
Oh god. Now, do you think that if you were going to be on one of these shows, though, you would like prepare and start playing like little puzzles and games and stuff like that?
I do feel though, like, how do you know for a show like this? How do you even know what to prepare?
I feel like that's the thing. Like there are certain people that are just like puzzle kings, right?
Like even still, like we'll see it like later on in this episode, like that there was a competition that like one of the players has as like a specialty table in his house that like, why would you know that that's a thing that you need to practice doing? Like, why would you need to know that particular game is something that like...
I think generally the puzzles, like the one we got in the elimination tonight, which we'll talk about more later. I feel like a lot of the puzzles they pick are like very well-known common puzzles, like the peg one with the triangle that you always see. Like that's the one. Like CT was like a master at that one. This one with the balls that you had to get through the maze. Like, I've seen those little games. Like
but I would never think to play Sudoku to prepare for the challenge.
I mean, Sudoku is so popular. It's like just another one of those puzzle games that like you have to be good at. Even like the one that Angela got hung up on in the Challenge USA was one of those slide piece puzzles.
Yeah.
I have one of those in my room here. You know what I mean? Like these are just like very popular puzzles, and I feel like those are the ones they use. It's not like some random, like puzzle they came up with that no one's ever seen before. It's like these are things that like if you like puzzles and you're good at puzzles, you probably do these sorts of things and practice them all the time anyway, Like you never know which puzzle
Kyle,
in the season,
thoughts?
the challenge. You never know. That like which puzzle they're gonna pick in each competition on the challenge. But like generally, they'll have like a similar theme. I feel like through the seasons, and they're well-known puzzles that just people know. Kyle,
I actually agree with both of you. I would not have prepared Sudoku. But I absolutely understand why I should have.
Mm-hmm.
I should know better. But I know that I wouldn't have. But I should have known better. It's like you really should. Like it's a basic puzzle. Just to John's point, like the whole slide puzzle thing, like you should just know that's coming. Like there's certain things that are happening. Like you don't play RuPaul's Drag Race and not learn how to sew. It's unacceptable for you to get to that stage and not know how to sew. You know that's part of the competition. It's unacceptable. Or if you can't sew, then you better know how to use that hot glue gun. You know, same concept, you know.
Yeah.
I was chuckling though because Dan is he's coming for me.
Oh no.
He's coming for you.
He's coming for me. Because he knows all the little things that burn my biscuits, you know.
Let's share with the class. What do we got?
Yeah, here it is. He says Danny thought to play Sudoku, and that's why he's the master. You know I don't think much of Danny. You know I don't.
Hey,
listen,
Danny
he's the only one that actually won. He's the only one that actually won that season. Come for me, Sarah Sands.
I know.
Come for me. He's the only one that won the season. I want to hear nothing.
I agree with you, Gina. That's my winner pick.
Nobody stood up for Sarah the last time we attacked her. They left her alone. They were all embarrassed because they all know that her win was a fraud. It was a fraud.
God, Sarah is so lame. She sucks.
Bro, what's wrong with Danny?
I really like Danny.
I love Danny.
You do, huh? I don't know what irks me about him. I don't like the Kiki stuff. You know, I don't like the Kiki stuff. I just think it's too much.
We love a Kiki shout out.
Sorry. We like the Kiki shout out because it is fun. It's fun to making fun of me. It's fun to be made fun of. But like, you know, enough with Kiki. We don't hear about everybody else's person all the time. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of hype around him, like for no reason. Like they came into this like saying, "Oh, Danny McRae." Like, who cares? Like, he didn't do that great on Survivor. He went out right after the merge. So what? Who cares? So he played. Did he go out
right after? I thought he lasted a while.
Did he?
Did he go right after the merge?
Let's see, when did he?
I might be overstating. You know, I might be. You know,
I thought he made it closer to the end than that.
This could be propaganda. It could be propaganda.
I also feel like just the fact. I mean, like, how many?
Oh, Matt says others. Danny got 6th place, so he did go further.
I was gonna say, I thought he went farther than that.
Yeah, it's propaganda. I'm underselling it.
And I also
maybe
feel like,
we should stand. Maybe we should stand.
Yeah, I also feel like a lot of the excitement around him too is just the fact that he, you know, is a former NFL player. He played for the Dallas Cowboys. He, so he's already achieved like a certain level of athleticism and accomplished things. Kiki is the 33rd contestant. Yes, yes,
she was. I'd also like some more context around this, please. I really want you all to watch Sarah's first Survivor season. You'll be satisfied at her journey. Matt. Slide my DMs. Let me know what her first season of Survivor was. I'm gonna have a weird weekend. I'm gonna have a lot of extra time to myself. So slide in. I'm not gonna have as much as the mole, so I might have some time to dive into that.
You've been really diving into the mole.
Oh, I'm done with the mole. I'm all caught up. I mean, there's only 5 episodes.
Is it that short?
Well, no. There's gonna be 10.
Oh, it's like a slow rollout.
Yeah, we're still in it. We have a chance here to be part of the zeitgeist. That's why we're rushing.
For whatever reason, thought that like the whole season was over already, and people were just binge, so they released it all at once.
No, that's what makes it so fun. So the first 5 are out now. The next 3 come out tomorrow.
Gotcha.
And then we get the final 2. So I thought it'd be. Really
you
fun.
had said that. You had said that.
Yeah. So no, we're still in it.
Yeah. Another comment coming in here.
I probably knew more about Kiki than you about JC. Are you talking about JC from Australia?
Oh, he definitely is talking about JC from Australia.
I know. Isn't that a shame?
That's what other JC is there?
Right, because JC actually played, and we know more about Kiki than we do about somebody who played. Yeah, it's a disgrace.
Kiki, shout out.
Justice for JC. Justice for JC. I don't want to spoil it for you. No, don't spoil it for me. Just tell me what season it is. I'm going to watch it. What do you mean? I don't want you to spoil it for me. I don't want to spoil it. I want to enjoy it. I want us to have an experience. I'm sorry. Go ahead, John. Yeah.
Don't be sorry.
We're off on a tangent. Jesus.
Yeah. So I think now we've wrapped up the daily challenge. So we'll go into the deliberations.
Mm-hmm.
So Johnny and Raven had their deliberations. They decided they wanted to choose Kayla and Sam, Tori and Devin, Colleen and Kim, and Laurel and Jack. And it seemed like Johnny really kind of took the lead on this because it seemed like Raven was like, I don't want to put a single rookie in there. Like she was like, and he was like, wait. We can't just pick all vet teams to go in.
Why not?
Then, yeah, whoever comes back is going to be really pissed just at us.
Why not?
Yeah.
That's more fun for me.
Right.
But so they ended up going with Kayla and Sam, so a rookie vet team, Tori and Devin, a vet team, Colleen and Kim, a rookie team, and then Laurel and Jack, another vet rookie team. So pretty decent mix, but every team in there, except for Colleen and Kim, has a vet on it. So at least one vet. So what do you guys think about these choices, though?
I love it.
I thought it was good. I liked how they had like, it was interesting because like you didn't know until we got into it a little bit how Raven and Johnny were going to handle these like sort of like interrogations, right? Until we really got into it. So Kayla and Sam went in and were immediately looking for some type of deal, and Johnny and Raven did not seem interested at all in any type of deal with them whatsoever. And I was wondering if that would be the same sort of tone with everybody. But it seemed like they were more willing to work a little bit with like Tori and Devin, which I was a little surprised at. Like a little bit more of being like, yeah, if you look out for us this time, we'll look out for you next time. They weren't even willing to broach that subject with Kayla and Sam. Kim and Colleen being a rookie team, it never really felt much like they were in any real danger. And then Laurel and Jack, and this is when Jack told Raven and Johnny about Colleen's lying, that she was not on Love Island. She was actually on The Mole and won.
Right.
So yeah, Kyle, I think I cut you off. With these pairs and stuff, what did you think of sort of these deliberations and interrogations and all that?
Well, I mean, there's two ways to look at this. Obviously, it hurt my heart. There's no scenario where I want to see Laurel in interrogation at all.
Yeah,
I don't want to see Tori and Devin there either. Colleen and Kim, I'm sorry, I don't know you. It did not affect me one way or the other, but it did tickle me pink to have Kayla and Sam.
Tickle me pink.
Yes,
like I did love that. As far as the interrogations, I kind of liked it. I think that they made it abundantly clear that Kayla and Sam were the target. They're not entertaining this conversation very much. They're not really interested in making any kind of deal or talking any strategy, chatting any strat, if you will. It was right there. I had to pick it up. And I like that. I'm always here for transparency. And then it opens up the door for you to begin conversations privately with everyone else. And kind of puts them in a position where they feel like they might owe you something. I'm not really sure that you can trust much that comes from those conversations, but at least it opens the door to speaking privately. I thought these were great. I thought these were great nominations, honestly.
Yeah.
I just didn't really want to see Laurel down there for me.
I agree. No, I totally agree with that. Now, I have a question. With all of the emphasis, right, on rookies and newer vets also, because you had vets like Jay and Amber, right? Amber, who's won a season of the challenge, right, seems to be lumped in with the rookies. And that's how I kind of like referred to them, as like rookies, newer vets, and then vets. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
But so like it seemed like there was like a good amount of emphasis on like it's the rookies, the newer players against these old school vets. So like, were you surprised at all? That Tori and Devin weren't more of a target as the only vet pair that they chose?
Actually, I had not given that a thought. But then I guess no. That would be a larger target, I suppose. If they would win and come back. at least then you can rest on the fact that I did, at least it was a vet and a rookie. You can kind of validate that it's defensible.
Right. It's a little bit safer.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's bold, but it's safer. Torian Devin that's like a bullet bill. That's like a bomb. We're not playing.
That's a blue shell.
It is. Speaking of calling it a blue shell, though, if we're going to go with that metaphor, since we're on it, what did you think of the reference of them being the king and the queen of the challenge?
Now, do you think that this was like that? Because Johnny said this, right? Do you think he was referencing like the king and queen of the vets, like on their season? Because at this point, we're still missing some people, that we're going to be introduced to later.
I guess. I'm sorry. But
I agree with you. Tori and Devin are not nowhere near the king and queen of the challenge.
Near. Now, I will entertain a conversation around Tori being a little bit closer to queen, and that level of royalty than
I agree.
I know Dan must have said something crazy, didn't he?
He did.
I just see his name, a lot of lines, and you're laughing.
He did. He did say something wild. He did.
Wait, hold on. Let me just finish my full thought here. Devin, as a king, I'm sorry. I don't even understand royalty and the hierarchy enough, to understand where Devin would be. But I can at least name Bananas, Wes, and CT right out of the gate, and Darrell. There are so many people that would come far before anybody's Devin.
Even Jordan. Okay. Even Jordan is closer to that than Devin is.
I think it's just Devin presents
absolutely Jordan, and I misstep on my part for forgetting his name. I am sorry, Jordan, for not including you on the initial list. You should never have been an afterthought. Are you kidding?
The only reason I say even Jordan is because I would still rank people like Johnny and CT above Jordan. Is Wes in there also? Did you Darrell? Obviously, you said Wes. Also.
Oh yeah,
but I would say for the men anyway, it's got to be Johnny, CT.
Devin
Jordan,
is so
Wes,
far removed.
Devin.
I think it's just the thing that Devin considers himself. I think it's just the way that he presents himself is I'm so much better than everybody. I feel like it's that attitude.
That's part of the game. That peacocking. That's part of the game. Absolutely. But miss me with this king stuff. Okay.
Here's the thing.
Get that on record. Thank you.
I would put CT, Johnny, and Darrell as the kings, right? I'd put Jordan and Wes as the princes. Devin is the jester.
I'm sorry though. We're forgetting some other people here right out of the gate, because I would still add that I have to add Derek to this. I have to add Mark, Derek Kaczynski. Right?
Yeah.
Do you know who else I would put above Devin? I would put Brad above Devin.
I agree with that.
Sorry, longevity. Longevity says a lot.
We're getting some really wild comments.
And there's a lot. I see a lot of things coming up, and I'm not reading any of them because I don't want to be waylaid.
All right, I'm going to pull a couple up here. Kite Man Dan here says, honestly, the CBS challenge is the only one I watched. I just looked up the cast on this one, and there's no Josh, my favorite BB19 winner.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I told you he's just here to. I'm telling you, he's just here to rabble rouse, and I love it.
Matt responded to Dan. He said, "Kite Man Dan, you have my interest piqued about BB19."
Yes, our friends. No. Yes, our friends. Yes.
And then Kite Man Dan says, BB19 is the ultimate shit show, and Josh is at the center of it. It's hilarious.
Listen, BB19 is the first season I ever watched, and it is amazing that I continued watching Big Brother after that season. It was the most infuriating TV I've ever watched in my life.
Yeah. Also, Kite Man Dan says, Devin's not the king, Josh is. Wow.
He's just trying to get
my goat. I will say,
I have no votes left.
I will say, to Kite Man Dan's point, Josh won BB19 and Johnny Bananas did not. So,
yeah, I guess.
What a ridiculous argument.
I don't even like joking on slander
God.
on Sir Nanas. All right.
Sir Nanas.
We're not doing Sir Nanas. I
Oh,
draw
yeah.
the line somewhere.
I think
I gotta tell you.
I
gotta tell
think
you,
we
I-
are. Has Gina learned
I-
nothing? She doesn't get to draw lines here. All right.
I gotta be honest. I kind of really like Sir Nanas, and
Oh my
I have a
God.
caption to change. I have a caption
Oh
I need
no,
to change.
not Sir Nanas. I can't. I can't do a whole season of Sir Nanas. I can't.
All right, I just had to change a caption really quick, but there we go.
Are
All
you
right,
talking
we're
about
good
Sir?
now.
Sir who? Sir Nanas.
Oh my God, no.
Kite Man Dan says that is
Jan
true.
is really trying it.
Johnny
Oh my
Bananas
God.
didn't win.
Do this. Oh my God, I can't
However,
do this.
he has won the challenge 7 times. 7.
Are you really a challenge competitor if you haven't won BB19?
I can't do this. Oh my
Honestly,
God.
the answer is no, because he did win, and he is not really a formidable.
Oh my
competitor.
gosh.
Lord
Lord
Bananas. Yes, I
Bananas.
would also accept this.
Oh.
I would also accept that.
Okay, where
Oh
are
my
we?
God.
What are we doing right now?
I have no idea.
I think we're at the elimination.
Whew.
Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. Lots of tangents tonight.
Oh
Very
my
fun,
God.
though. Very fun.
The
So we get to the zone. How do you feel about this?
lame. The
Right, this is
zone.
really bad.
Like,
Honestly, I don't care if you're repeating it. Just call it the arena again, or
Yeah.
call it,
Mhm.
something.
The
Who cares?
zone.
The zone makes me
Lame.
think of the
Lame.
Discovery Zone. Remember that the play
That
the play
just
place.
Actually makes me think of Britney Spears, which I don't hate. In the
Mm-hmm.
zone.
No, my brain was definitely going more the Discovery Zone route.
Yeah.
Jan's
But
back.
anyway, we got to the zone, right? We got to the zone, and we learned that Raven and Johnny decided to choose Kayla and Sam for elimination. So, of the 4 duos that were picked for interrogation, Kayla and Sam were the ones that were automatically going to elimination, no matter what. But we had this very exciting draw that happened. What did you guys think of this draw?
I love that this
I love
draws
when
back.
they do. Yeah, I'm so happy they did this.
Oh, is this a thing we see often?
We
No, I
have
wouldn't
seen
say
it before.
often. Yeah, we've seen it before. I wouldn't say often. But I
Which
was
somebody
definitely thrown-
attacked me for on Twitter.
Oh my god!
I got
Listen, I gotta
attacked.
be yeah.
Uh-oh.
Can I tell you, Gina? Kyle was attacked for getting excited over a show that he loves by someone named Disney Mom.
Oh
Somebody-
no!
Somebody who
Or
called.
no!
Oh no! Somebody who calls themselves Disney Mom had the gall.
The
to say that
audacity.
Kyle-
The
The
gumption.
audacity.
Yeah,
The
had the
gumption.
gall. Whatever you want to say, whatever you want to call it. This person had that and said that Kyle was being extra for getting excited over the season premiere of a show that he loves.
Oh yeah. All I
Oh my
said
God.
was, "Oh my gosh, a draw! I'm so excited! We've seen this before."
What
So
did she
they
say?
And they responded, "So then why you like being so extra about it?"
And I'm
It's
like, okay.
what?
Yeah, I saw.
Because I've seen
Calm
it before.
down,
I'm
Disney
excited.
Mom.
Yeah, I'm
Right?
excited. I'm like, go back to Disney. All right, shut up, lady. Her name was Disney Mom, and her profile picture was a giant picture of Goofy's face. Who's extra here? I'm sorry, who's extra?
Oh my
I
god!
just responded and said, "Relax, enjoy the show," and the emoji with the sunglasses. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
Leave me
Just
alone.
let people enjoy things. God.
Yeah.
Let me have a nice
So
night.
annoying. So just
Not
let us
hurting
watch our
anybody. I'm not hurting
shows.
anybody.
Yeah, just get out of here. Just get out of here, Disney Mom.
Who Dan said that Disney Mom doesn't have the right.
Oh my god! This is
No.
like
Oh,
I'm
God.
here for this. We can keep this going
No,
all
she
the whole stream. I don't even care. It's never not
I will
funny.
literally cyberbully this Disney Mom. I know you will.
Oh
You
my
should start
gosh.
tweeting threatening gifts at her.
But it should be like all like Disney characters like looking really angry.
Stop it, kid. I can't believe That's so stupid. have to do it. We have to do it. We'll talk about it offline.
All right.
All
So
right,
here we
let's get
go. The
back.
draw. The draw.
Mhm.
We had sort of like a sword in the stone style, sort of draw here.
Okay, Sword in the
Yeah, yeah.
Stone.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love Sword in the Stone, by the way. I love Sword in the Stone. There needs to be a live action a Sword in the Stone. Disney
You went
needs
to
do
Lord of the
live
Rings
action.
real fast.
Yeah, I almost said Lord of the Rings. Okay. But anyway, the draw. So there was this big stone, had 3 daggers in it. So each duo that was not chosen by Raven and Johnny to go automatically into elimination had to now pull a dagger out of there. So the first team to pull their dagger was Tori and Devin, and they pulled just a blank dagger. It was just a dagger with nothing on it, no inscription or writing or anything like that. So we didn't really know what that meant because they were the first team to go. And now Laurel and Jack, they pulled their dagger, also a blank dagger. Now, to me, I'm thinking, okay, we got 2 blank daggers. That's probably not good for Kim and Colleen, who still have to pull their dagger, because if 2 daggers came out looking the same, the last one, well, it has to be something bad, right? It has to be. I'm thinking they're going to pull out this dagger and there's going to be a skull on it or something,
Yeah.
Some kind of thing like that. But no, Kim and Colleen pull their dagger and it says safe. Safe. So we now know Kim and Colleen will not be going into elimination, which means that it's either Tori and Devin going in or Laurel and Jack. And my heart was racing in this moment. I was like, I don't want to see either of these teams go into elimination right now. Like,
No.
Right. Like, not that I wasn't confident that they couldn't beat Kayla and Sam, but I did not want to see either of those teams in those positions because you never know how these eliminations are going to go.
You're confident for them, but again, right. A puzzle is such an equalizer. You just never know. You just never know how these are going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Scary.
But so anyway, where am I? I'm lost in my notes here. Okay. So
so Devin made a play, to Colleen and Kim.
Yeah. Oh, so we should actually make a brief because Turbo kind of lost it again. By the way, because once Kim and Colleen knew they were safe, Devin was kind of trying to work them over and say like, yeah, we'll ride with you. And Turbo was saying, no, don't trust him. And that's because Devin made a joke prior to everybody pulling their dagger saying like, Turbo, the dagger stay in the zone. Like, stay away.
Right.
And Turbo started immediately calling him out, freaking out. What did you think of this moment?
Does this man always lose his shit on everybody? Is this like a very common thing for this person?
It wasn't in the beginning.
Yeah, I think that whole blow up between him and Jordan has really made him like on edge.
Well, because I remember, I don't know what season it was. I remember feeling very bad for Turbo because he was teamed up with that girl. Who was it that was like dogging him that one season because he wasn't bringing enough stuff up like the mountain? Remember they had to like bring stuff from the bottom and they had to like bring the very heavy things up.
I do, and he was dominating, like dragging this stuff up,
rushing it, and she was like, "Turbo, what are you doing? You're making me so sad." Was it Nani or it was somebody we know?
No. Yeah, it was someone we know, definitely. And they ended up coming in the top 3 and being safe. I remember that challenge very well.
Words and apologize. And I remember being so embarrassed for that person and feeling so bad for Turbo.
It was one of those little girls.
He became a jerk.
Ninja.
Yeah, we haven't seen her back either. Natalie Ninja. Yep. She was an American Ninja Warrior.
Yep.
That's what they called her that. Yeah. It was disgusting the way she behaved.
I
remember feeling so bad for him. I was like, this man is working so hard for your little team here, and you are just like completely demoralizing this man.
He was purposely looking for like the heaviest objects he could and dragging him up the hill by himself, like just getting screamed at because his partner like thought he wasn't doing enough. And it's like, no, we're literally, I did all the work to make us safe. Right. As I've had to listen to you scream at me the entire time. And
then all of a sudden, like he became an asshole. Like overnight. Yeah.
It's very weird.
I don't know. And he just never bounced back. He just keeps, he's just so angry.
Yeah. He
Like,
seems like he's just so hostile all the time.
yeah.
Any little joke or any little
Because
slight,
we've seen him
even if
twice
it's
in this
unintentional.
episode, like lose it, and I was like, "What is going on here?"
Yeah, by the way, what is this thing with him where he's like, oh, that he's a chicken pussy. Do you see
What
that?
was that? I was like,
What is that?
I don't know what
I
I
don't
am
know.
missing. What the hell is happening?
He said it several times throughout the episode, and I'm like,
Well,
Turbo,
not even just
man.
several. There was like that one segment where like he just kept saying it over and over, and I was like, "You're not explaining to me what this means. You just keep saying it." And I don't know if like this is really me not having seen a lot of seasons. I was like, I have no idea what is happening or what you are talking about right now.
Yeah.
We didn't know either. We didn't know either.
I don't know. I don't get it.
It like
What's
made
wrong
me
with
uncomfy.
Turbo?
It
Oh
made
my
me
God.
really uncomfy.
I'm so glad you just said that. Because I literally wrote that down at one point. I said, what's wrong with Turbo in all caps? Oh, it's so
What's
good.
wrong with Angela?
What's wrong with Turbo?
But so, like we were saying, Kim and Colleen chose the safe dagger. They now had the choice between the two teams left over, Tori and Devin, or that guy dead. Turbo just meant he didn't win BB19. He is. He's pissed at Josh.
Or
But,
Laurel and
so-
Jack.
Right. So,
Mhm.
yes. So Kim and Colleen had to choose between either Tori and Devin to go against Kayla and Sam, or Laurel and Jack. Correct. And they ended up choosing Laurel and Jack to be safe, which I was happy about.
Thrilled.
But I was not happy because that meant Tori and Devin were going into elimination against Kayla and Sam. I
Would
was
you have
definitely more
rather
happy.
Laurel and Jack.
No. I was just going to say I'm more happy that Laurel
Okay.
didn't have to go into elimination.
Okay.
Then I'm upset
Just do the
that Tori
temperature
and Devin
check.
had
Just
to
do
go
the
in.
temperature check.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, listen.
Okay.
Tori
I'm
and
really
Devin,
excited to see more of her because I feel like all y'all do is talk about Laurel. I'm like very intrigued by her.
Laurel's fantastic. Laurel is actually fantastic.
She's just such a straight shooter. They're like,
Yeah.
"Are you voting me in?" She's like, "Yeah." Why? You didn't perform. Sorry.
Yeah.
Not my fault.
Straight up.
You didn't do,
Straight
you
up.
just didn't do well enough. It's not good for my
Yeah.
game. You want to make
And
some
so,
eggs? Like, she's just so matter of fact. That's all.
right.
Yeah.
So Kayla and Sam and Tori and Devin were playing You Move, I Move for the elimination. And this was a cool elimination to me. I liked this one. Each pair, right? So each player in each pair, they stood on their own platform that was kind of like a seesaw that kind of went up and down, and each person controlled the board going in a different direction. And this is kind of like a classic puzzle game where it's this puzzle and it has the different balls inside the puzzle. It's like a maze that you have to sort of turn and angle differently to kind of get the balls to go into this hole. And there were 5 balls that you had to get into this one hole through the maze. And whoever got all their balls into the hole first, they won. I was not surprised that Devin was good at this. Kayla and Sam got the first ball, but
I knew
You
that's
know,
not how that was going to end.
yeah.
I mean,
actually-
again, they literally said like Devin has this as a table in his home.
Why?
Why, first of all, but like also, yeah, obviously he was gonna be good at it. He does this all the time for fun.
Yeah, he definitely had an advantage. I'm sure it's very different though when you're like playing a game with your hands as opposed to having to, because you can only control you can only control half the board here. Also, you know, you have to
Yeah.
rely on your partner a lot
Mhm.
here. You have to do,
Right.
you have to use. So Devin could be the best person at this puzzle ever, but if Tori just won't
But
stop
you
moving,
at least still know, like, even if you're not using your hands, you know how to like play with the weight distribution and like the angles of it to at least know how to guide it to where you need to go if you've played
Sure,
it before.
I do agree with that, but I feel like you don't have all the control here. Your partner is controlling
course.
half of this board. So like you could be barking out instructions. You could say, I know how to do this. Listen to me. But if your partner keeps shaking or shifting or whatever, it
Right.
still might not go right, you know? But yeah, after Kayla and
Yeah, and
Sam got
also
the
in
first
front
ball,
of other people too. That's also very difficult.
Right.
Like,
Right,
have
of
that-
course.
The pressure of it. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Mhm.
It's not
especially
long.
because like I mentioned, you know, Kayla and Sam got that first ball. Tori at one point was freaking out. Did you see that? She was like,
Yeah.
I need my mom. It's like
I
Tori.
was like, what is happening to you right now?
Victoria, you've been here before. Calm down.
Did you just call her
Um,
Victoria?
I said Tori.
Oh, what is it, Victoria?
No.
I was like, that
I
is-
wish he did, but he did
I'm
not.
not saying that is hysterical.
Is that her real name?
Well, I didn't give it any thought until that moment, and I don't know. I thought you said that, so I was like, oh, I guess that would be what Tori is, right? Yeah, like Victoria is Tori.
Maybe I'll start calling her Victoria just because.
If she ever got to queen status, we can circle back to that later on.
Queen Victoria.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I like it. I like it. I like
I think she would like it too. We should tell her. Should get her on the pod.
it. I'm down. But anyway, Kayla and Sam were eliminated. Tori and
Bye.
Devin win the elimination.
Thank God.
You know, Kayla, I was off. I was off just slightly. You know, I picked her as my first boot for All Stars 3. She somehow made it very far, but she was the first boot for Challenge 38. And you know what? If she's going to be first boot for any of these shows, I want it to be the main seasons. Yeah, sure. Do well on the spin-off. Do well on the spin-offs. Yeah, go ahead. As long as you don't ever actually win it. Because I hate you.
I do consider it a major upset, though. I'm sure when they cast her, they're like, oh, yeah, she was just an all-star. She's in the big Treehouse Alliance. You know, big deal, big deal, big deal. First boot.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Oh.
As much as I got laughed at before, there is a major plot point that we did not talk about.
Uh-oh. What
We
is it?
didn't. We didn't. I know what it is.
Oh, you know? You know?
Because Kayla and Sam were not the only team that went home this week.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Former champion of Big Brother, former champion of the challenge, Casey Clark, and her brother went home. It was announced very briefly. If you weren't paying attention, you would have missed it.
Like me.
Yeah. And I feel like I did mean to bring this up, and I forgot because.
Yeah, so as much as you made fun of me, as much as you made fun of me, you forgot to talk about it too.
Well,
so.
I mean, let's be honest here. There's been a lot going on during this stream, also. Okay. Yes, Casey and Kenny went home. Real bummer. We were not really given a reason for it in the episode, but I've looked, and it looks like they were sent home because of COVID. Actually.
Oh.
Apparently, they tested positive for COVID, which makes me feel.
What's happening to Casey?
I was gonna say that has to be that's at least her second because she wasn't in BB22 All Stars because she had COVID.
Mm-hmm.
It's just very strange too because these people are all traveling together, riding a boat together, living in a house together.
How are they the only two? Yeah,
that needs to get sent home. It's odd, and I'm sure that production did its due diligence or whatever, but with testing people and all that. But it's just odd. It's just very odd.
We're already at the end of the episode, right? So we can kind of go
Yeah.
a little bit forward.
yeah.
You did see that on the next on that Casey is coming back.
Oh, see, I don't watch the next ons.
Is she? I don't know if that's true. Is she?
I don't think she's gone.
I think she
Like-
is. Because
I don't know.
there was an interview between where was it? Was it Entertainment Weekly, where Casey was talking about how she was so disappointed that she had to leave because she got COVID.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn there was something on the next on that suggested something else. Oh, but I have Philo. I can't get there.
See, I don't watch them, so I would have missed that anyway.
All I've seen is that, this is from Entertainment Weekly. Casey saying, to leave before the first challenge, well, what happened is the world likes to work in mysterious ways. This COVID thing, I don't mind saying it because it's probably the second time I've had it. The world has a sense of humor and was like, no, Casey, we're going to pull you right back out. Apparently, me and my brother had it. It was traveling, going to Argentina. We ended up getting COVID and getting sick. So we had to exit the game. This was an interview that was posted yesterday.
Okay.
Kyle's not convinced.
I don't know. I mean, we'll see.
No, I don't know either. I was on one last night, so I don't know. But I could have sworn. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll review and we'll get back to us.
I mean, listen, if she pops back up on the season, I would love it. But
yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
And then I would feel less stupid for what I said before.
I just wonder, like, if she comes back, is it her and her brother both coming back? Is it her coming back with another partner? Is it?
I don't know. I could be totally wrong.
Because I didn't notice. I did watch the next on. I wrote a few notes. I didn't notice that though.
Yikes! I could just be talking shit. I could be. But
I noticed someone that I thought could have looked like Casey, but I thought it was somebody else, like Nerys or something like that.
I could be wrong. I probably
Because it was like, was it like a lower down shot looking up at the person? There was a brief moment I thought it like could have been Casey, but
no.
I mean, I guess it could have just been footage they had too that they just threw in there because, and it was Casey, but like,
we can move on.
Okay, but anyway. So listen, we had a good elimination. Kayla and Sam left, which I was thrilled about because Kayla sucks. But the excitement of the episode was not over yet. TJ brought out a new pair that we had not seen yet, but we knew was coming, and this pair was Sir Nanas and Nany.
Thank God.
I cannot do Sir Nanas. I can't.
Sir Nanas.
I can't do it.
Sir Nanas.
No.
Oh, this is great. But we have more of these to come, it seems. Because there
Yeah.
are still two teams that we have not seen yet.
Aneesa and Person.
Did not even notice. Oh my God.
Aneesa and Jordan did not appear
Jordan.
on the premiere. Yep. And also, another pair that did not appear is Darrell and Veronica.
Right.
So we have two more of these. I'm assuming they'll do the same sort of thing, right? Unless I could see them introducing one of the pairs like before the next daily challenge. Like, oh, by the way, we got company. You know what I mean? Like,
my issue with this is like I can't imagine that this is as shocking as they're making it out to be. Because like, you mean to tell me that Casey had no idea that eventually on the season Nany was going to be coming on?
Right.
Like, I know they edited it to be like, whoa,
No, but
I can't
also
believe they're here. But like,
right, but it also kind of makes sense to me in a way though, because you didn't want Casey and Nany to be teamed together because you want them both to still be on the show. So
I get that, but like they were in such shock to see her walk in. And it's
Right.
like
So
there is no way. Like they said in the beginning of the episode, they were talking about how like she's my girlfriend. Like, come on, where's Nany? You're gonna tell me that like nowhere in the contracting for this season did you have a conversation with each other to say that we're both gonna be on the challenge again?
maybe they
Like-
had to sign an NDA and all that.
And they're not gonna tell each other?
Yeah,
I don't know.
please.
Who knows?
NDA or
knows?
no NDA? There's no way that they kept that from
Maybe
each
they
other.
maybe they bugged their house and they said if we hear you talking about this,
Yeah,
you'll
I'm
never
so
be
sure.
invited back again.
Just like the algorithm is the most real thing that's ever happened, and there is no possible way that it was rigged.
Listen,
to
just
give
let us have this, Gina. Just let us have it.
We need something. Hype
Um,
Man Dan wants to know what Kayla did.
let's
To
see.
make you not like her, you mean?
Yeah. She sucks
What
in
did Kayla
competitions.
do?
She's a bully.
I don't care
Um,
that she sucks in competitions. I just think she's not a very nice person.
No.
And that's my problem with Kayla. I think that she like thinks very highly of herself and very poorly of other people for no apparent reason.
She's just rude.
Yeah, she's just rude. She's very, very rude.
After she threw that girl's bed over that balcony, I was done with her.
Oh, I do
right.
remember you talking about that.
Yeah, her and Jemmy.
Yeah.
There was a third person in that though. I don't remember who it was. It might have been Camila.
I feel like every time we have this conversation, someone gets forgotten. Like You always bring it up and have to look up who the third person was.
Yeah, it was just a terrible moment. It's just really bad.
Oh boy. Well, where are we at here? Where are we at? We've talked about pretty much everything, right?
That's it.
That's it. The next on. So I wrote a few notes down for the next on. One thing I wrote was lots of drama. Seems we're going to get lots of drama. We're also going to get Nany in a neck brace. She was in an ambulance in a neck brace. Yeah, so we'll see what that's about. Hopefully she's okay. Jack calls someone garbage. We don't know who. He says, "Yeah, I said you're garbage because I think you're garbage."
Ooh.
That was all we got. That's all we got.
Oh no!
So we'll see what that is. Laurel yells. I wrote because we got a nice shot of Laurel just going, "Ah!" So that I wrote that, and then I also wrote Michelle cries. And this was, and we'll see, it could have been edited in a certain way, but Michelle was crying and saying, if you can't trust your ride or die in here, who can you trust? And then it cut to Jay. So I'm wondering if we'll get some Jay Michelle drama potentially. Maybe it's edited to make it look that way, but something to look out for. Yeah, but it was, generally, like, it wasn't like a next on being like, here's what's happening next episode. It was more like, check out everything that's going to happen this season.
Right. It's like a montage.
Yeah. So who knows when these events will actually occur? If it'll be next week or, the finale, who knows? But
we just know to stay tuned.
Yeah. I thought this was a fantastic premiere though. What did you guys think?
Loved it.
Right.
So
I thought this was such a good premiere. Like we've already got people going at each other, like Turbo's ready to pop. Like, you've already had a team sent home for a reason other than an elimination. You've already had a new team be introduced that are both like legends of the game. We've had, even if Nany's performances necessarily don't make her a legend, like she's just such a part of this game and has been part of it for so long that like she's still in that class. I feel like
absolutely,
right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And it's just, I feel like this season could go in so many different directions. And I'm just interested too. I really don't think that we're necessarily going to have the pairs that we have now, these ride or dies, whether we go to a singles game at some point or whether it stays duos the whole time. I really feel like there's going to be some twist where you can because we've seen, right, Kyle, like we've seen a duo go into elimination and then both people in the duo have the opportunity to stay with their partner or switch, right? And I can just see halfway through this season, somebody being, no, this person's not my ride or die. That person's my ride or die, and saying, I want them instead. And seeing some of these duos get switched around a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see that. I wouldn't be surprised if we eventually went down to more of an individual game. Like, what do you think about that? I think we're at the very least going to be swapping people at some point.
I kind of hope that we don't swap people. I would rather just switch to individual. Because, like, what does that mean then for the people who are stuck together that don't even know each other at all? Like, it's one thing to re-team up. That person picking the other person, that's interesting. But, like, those people who are stuck together, like, who are you? And that kind of, like, ruins their game, especially if you're going to be playing things that are, like, trivia-based, like we saw with this challenge. Like, I need to know things about you. Like, those people are at such a disadvantage, and they didn't choose that.
Right. But it is interesting, though, because, like, if somebody was to say, I don't want this ride or die now, this is my new ride or die, right? It's because they've probably put in the work to get to know that person and become more familiar and more comfortable with them, that they want to work with them in the game, right? So it's like, all right, well, if you haven't been doing that, if you're the person that now gets stuck with somebody else that you don't know as well, like you haven't been doing the work, the social work, right, to get close to everybody in the house. So that's your fault.
That's so unfair. But like, I mean, how can you can't possibly choose out of all these people who you would like to strategize to get close to in case
that's why you got it. That's why you got to be playing with everybody, though. But also, here's the thing: is that I think it's an opportunity also to then play with someone new and say, hey, all right, well, what do we have in common? What are we good at? What are we not good at? How can we play this game and move forward together? And it's like now we have to adapt our game on the fly. All right, we just got paired up. The next daily challenge is tomorrow. Let's do this. Let's pull it off. Let's we just got dumped by our partners. Let's pull off an upset and shake the house up. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it could be exciting either way.
Okay.
And that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very quickly, we did not talk about this yet, but we wanted to. Our winner picks.
Precisely why I got made fun of.
All right, here we go. The first one I have on the list here are Gina's winner picks, who are
because I chose them 5 seconds before we went on stream.
Amber and Chauncey. I have to say, I don't think this is a bad pick. I actually like them. I wrote down at one point tonight that I like them as a couple. I think Chauncey, I don't know anything about Chauncey. We know Amber from BB. We know her also from the challenge, obviously. Chauncey, I don't know anything about, but I actually I liked him during this episode and the way he was interacting with some of the people in the house. I think they could do pretty well.
All right. Amber and Chauncey. Yeah. I don't have many thoughts. I like how she's like socially playing that little middle sect in a way. Like the way you kind of separated things, like you got old vets, new vets, and rookies. She does seem to be like right seated in those like new vets. And that's interesting. I'm really curious to see how all that plays out. Especially having like Michelle and Jay in there. That's interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see how that one plays out. Because I mean, you know what? In the beginning, it's all a numbers game. So it's just who wins and who loses numbers. So it really can go anyway.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Gina, anything else to add on this before we move to the next pair?
Not really.
She likes them.
Okay. My choice was made because I know Amber. And I know that she has won before. That's it.
That's fair enough. All right. Kyle's winner picks. Sir Nanas and Nani. This is the caption I had to fix. Sir Nanas and Nani.
Right. And
no.
I slightly regret it, but that's all right. You
regret it?
I do. I mean, after watching the premiere, I have a different opinion. But you know, that's all right. What's that?
Why
did your opinion change? Yeah.
My opinion changed, not necessarily because I have less faith in Sir Nanas and Nani, but I'm just very, very excited about a different duo. And it's just unfortunately because it was a vet and rookie pair. It was very, very hard to know like how they were going to be. I didn't want to put my eggs in that basket. But then after now watching this episode, I'm intrigued enough that I would have made them my winner picks. But that's all right. I'm not going to not back my man.
Wait, but I still want to know. Who are they?
If I were allowed to switch, and I'm not saying that I want to, because again, I'm backing my man. I would have done Laurel and Jack.
Ooh, okay.
I like that Jack understands the social aspect of this game. And that's something that as much as I love Laurel, I think that's what she always missed. You know, because she's too much of a straight shooter. She's good TV, but that's not good for her game. She's too much. She's too intimidating. She's not warm enough. She does not know how to play this game socially. And I think that Jack could help her in that way. Not that he's going to be able to influence her enough to soften her up, but that people would not want to put them in because they won't like Jack enough.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But, hey, we saw tonight, the rookie team that was down there with them. They chose Laurel and Jack to be the ones to have safety with them.
Mm-hmm. Even though he was trying to sink her, that tells me a lot.
Yeah, definitely, absolutely. And then my winner picks here were Jay and Michelle. I just have a good feeling.
Matt's gonna love that. Matt's gonna love that.
Yeah. Well, that's why I told Matt. I said earlier. I was like, I think you're gonna like this later then, because I'm picking Jay and Michelle to win.
Wow. So then, what do you make of that next on with the fact that Michelle doesn't look too pleased?
Right? And who knows? That could literally happen next week for all we know. So
right,
I might be done. You know, I would be done. But
that kind of does bring in Dan's comment. Did you see what he said?
I did not.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
We were talking about Michelle and her tears. Dan said, yeah.
It's probably what Michelle was crying about, Jay swapping. Oh my God. I hope that's not the case. I hope they just had a little argument or something, and the next on makes it look worse than it is. That's what I'm hoping.
Exactly. I don't even know who Jay would swap to.
Right. I guess we'll see. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, for all we know, Michelle wasn't even talking to Jay in that moment, like the way it was like edited and stuff. But
right.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's how they do. That's how they do us.
Yeah. We'll see. But overall, I thought this was like a great premiere. I thought this was better than, like any premiere that Big Brother's like done in a long time. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we always feel like we're excited for the Big Brother premiere and then disappointed by the time it's over. And it's like, this is the best they came up with. Like, really? Right. But this felt like a really good premiere. Like, there were showmances set up and tensions around that, because not all the showmances are the pairs themselves, but people, reaching out to other pairs and hooking up with their, ride or dies. We had a legendary team introduced, and a former champion of the challenge have to leave early because of COVID. We had all these different things that happened, that was just like, there was so much craziness all packed into an hour and a half. Mm-hmm. I just can't wait for the rest of this season. I really am so excited. I think it's going to be great.
I mean, I'm more excited knowing that I don't have to look forward to this season with Kayla as a part of it.
Right. The fact that she is out already. God. My God.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Although I was sort of looking forward to Sam and like Bananas meeting after that whole thing that happened on the last time Kayla was on like main stage challenge. Mainstream. Main stage is that theater stuff.
The main stage challenge.
Mainstream challenge. Remember that whole thing when she had like the picture on the top of the bed or whatever? Like I don't even remember fully what happened there. I just remember a lot of drama. She's like, I have a fiance. Oh, because she sleep with Bear or like flirt with Bear or something like that.
She did.
And Johnny was like, I wonder what your fiance thinks about that.
Something. There was something like that.
Something like that. And she's just crying a lot. I don't know when I'm going home to.
Yeah. Kayla has cried a lot. She's cried a lot on the challenge. She's peed a lot on the challenge, even in her own bed. So
I both do and don't want to ask questions about that.
Are there really many questions to ask?
Yeah, Kayla peed the bed, but on TV, and Okay. But anyway, it says it's been a great episode, guys.
Kayla peed the bed.
Anyway, I think that's all I have. You guys have anything else? Anything else for the good of the community?
So
no, I'm very satisfied with this evening.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
Yeah.
Well, all right then. When are we back? We're back Monday, right?
We're back on Monday.
Yeah, we'll be back Monday night. Which will be what? What is that? What day of the week is that? Oh my God, what day of the week is that? What number?
What day of the week is that?
We're back Monday, October 17th. You know what I meant, okay?
And I said, I don't know. I was like,
we're back on Monday. The hell out of what day of the week is that?
Whatever. Okay. Your original winner picks went home.
Okay. I feel like we've referenced it and I haven't actually. Okay, what happened was I realized that I had not given.
What day of the week is that?
We had realized that I had not given John my winner picks. So as we were coming onto the stream, he was like, "Do you want to pick them right now?" And I was like, "Okay." And I pulled up a cast list and I'm scrubbing through people and I was like, I don't know. Let's just say Casey and her brother. And John went, did you watch the episode? And I said, yeah, I watched the episode. What do you mean? And what happened was I was watching while I was at work. I accidentally X'd out of it. And then I came back and I just scrubbed to where I was. And I literally just by like a second must have like missed in between when Casey left. And I didn't notice that she was gone. So I chose her to be my winner pick after she had already left.
Yeah, likely story.
Yikes.
Matt says, on the subject of pee, Marianne, winner of Survivor 42, peed herself during cast photos. Fun little fact to end your night. There you go. Love you, Marianne.
I think we have very different definitions of the word fun, but sure.
Kite Man Dan says, Casey is my winner pick too. So anyway.
Listen, if she does in fact come back, I'm not as stupid as I look.
Gosh.
I don't think she's coming back.
Listen, let me cling to something, all right?
I know. I really want it to be true too. But nobody's corroborating my story. But also, no one's going against it. So either y'all are riding hard.
I just don't think that Casey's interviews would be her talking about how like disappointed she was to have to go home.
Unless it's spoilers.
I don't know. It just
but
seems
she's
weird.
just saying she's very upset to have gone home because she's not playing with her brother, and now she's coming back. And she found a new ride or die, and she's returning. Now she's back with her best friend,
Josh, winner of BB19.
Who's to say?
That's not an impossibility in my mind. We need a resolution to the Fessy and Josh drama from the last season.
I don't know. Would that even be allowed? I mean, I guess depending if there were injuries or something, because I feel like these late intros, like Johnny and Nany, and then obviously, we're gonna get Jordan and Anissa, we're gonna get Darrell and Veronica, but those are like planned, like. Well,
no, dude, it happened in the first season that we talked about because that was how Amber came in. She came in late because someone got injured.
Well, right. But I mean, like, has anyone ever been disqualified because of illness or injury and then been allowed to come back?
No, but I've also never seen
because Amber she wasn't on this season originally. Like she was brought in because other people got hurt or whatever. But I don't know if anybody I don't know if you'd be allowed to like start the season and then leave and then.
But that's the thing. But she didn't. Is the thing. Like that's why I could see them allowing that for that reason. Like I'm not saying
actually compete in anything.
Yeah, she literally did nothing. Like. I'm still not necessarily sure that I'm correct, but I just don't think that would be an egregious thing to do because she didn't actually play.
Sure.
Like, did she even make it to the house?
She did. She was in the backyard on that first night. And I saw Kenny up on the balcony there, I don't know. I just don't think she's back. Personally,
I could be wrong.
I just feel like it's weird too to me though that like they would both be sent out because of COVID and they wouldn't both be back, brought back. I don't know. We'll find out.
I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out soon.
Okay.
But anyway, all right. I think that's it, right? Is that everything?
I think
so.
Did we do everything, right? All right. Well, this has been another episode of the Strat Chat podcast. Thank you so much, guys, for hanging out with us tonight, listening, watching, all that. We'll be talking about Amazing Race next Monday, right? Not Survivor.
Yeah.
Amazing Race this coming Monday.
And the mole. We're talking about the mole. Get caught. The Mole Monday.
Was it on Netflix?
Yes.
Mole Monday.
By then, you're going to have 8 episodes. So let's go. Mole.
Okay. So Monday, October 17th, we'll be talking definitely about Amazing Race. Maybe the Mole, if everyone gets caught up. I plan to, but and then the following Thursday, we'll be talking the Challenge 38 again. right? Both nights at 9:30 p.m. Both
Mhm.
nights. So yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in tonight, for listening and watching and all that. We'll be with you very soon, and have a lovely evening.